Alright guys, so right now we're going to talk about autofocusing. What is autofocusing and the whole point of autofocus. So autofocusing with the camera, hopefully this mic can catch this, but when you're autofocusing with the camera, it's when you put the camera up to your eye and you get ready to take a photo. And you want like I said, the switch has to be set to AF. When you look inside the camera, you will see, I believe, 9 boxes in there. And when you half press the shutter button has two presses, a half press and then a full press to take a photo. The half press meters and focuses, and in the last bottom press, when you push it all the way down, it takes a picture when it acquires focus. So what you have to do is look inside the box, and you'll see that your camera has a little red box in there. And you want to be able to know how to move that box around. I'm going to show you that right now. Alright, so there's the camera. To show the actual red boxes, what you do is you got to press this button right here. Okay, this button right here is your focus points. So if I press that button, you'll notice, if I can get this to focus, there's a bunch of boxes in there that have lit up, okay, because I pressed it in a certain way. Okay. Sometimes you want the box in the dead middle, which is that one right there, but sometimes you want to move it to the right or to the left or to these other boxes here. To do that, what you have to do oh boy, this is harder than I thought. Here's what you got to do. First, you're going to press this button, okay? Then, on your D-pad here, you see the little these little arrows here, these little parts, you can press them left, right, up, down, and so forth. That would allow you to change the box. So, if I press this, it'll show my focus point light up. That one's lit up, okay? Then I can move it around to the right, to the top, to that angle there, just by moving the D-pad. See how it's moving in different spots? Now, why is this important? The reason why it's important is because, oh, by the way, to get back to the middle focus point, just press the middle button on the dial. So if you want it to go back to the middle, you just press set and it'll go back. But you got to make sure you press this right button here in order to change it. Sometimes you don't always want the subject to be in the middle of your photo. It's not good practice to put, like, if you're going to take a picture of somebody, for example, maybe I can demonstrate this on video. Zoom out a bit. Change focus. If you take a picture of a person, you never want them at the middle of the photo. You don't want them right here, dead center. You usually want your person to be on the side of the picture or on this side of the picture. And this has something to do with the rule of thirds. You don't always want them here. You want them either on the sides or on this side. Also, if you take a close-up photo, okay, let's get this set up here. Like if, let's say, this was my photo, like, yeah, you know, cool, whatever, I'm smiling. You want the person to be on this side of the photo, not dead center. Okay, it's just something to do with the rule of thirds. It's not artistically better this way. You usually want the person either on one side or on the other side. So when you take photos, even if the camera is oriented the other way vertically, again, same concept. You don't want them to be dead center. It doesn't look artistically pleasing. And again, it's the rule of thirds, which we haven't covered yet, but we will Again, you don't want to be dead center, you want to be somewhere on the side when you take someone's picture. But to do that, you can't leave the focus point in the middle. You have to move the focus point to the side. So like I said, okay, we're going to press this button. Okay, if your camera shuts off, half press the camera just a little bit and it'll wake up. Okay, your camera goes to sleep a lot. You're going to press this button, okay, to show the focus points, if we can get that. If I can see it. I saw it. There you go. It's in the middle. So for example, I want my portrait that I take, I want to be on the left-hand side, so I'm going to move it to the left. I'm going to press the D-pad here, move it to the left. Now it's on the left box. So when I take my photo, I'm going to be on the left-hand side. That little box has to hit the person. I don't know if that makes sense or not to you guys, but that little box, the one that's in red, has to touch that person's face somewhere. If that red lit box is not on, for example, imagine there's a box here in the middle, one up here, one right here, one down here, and one over here. That little box, I have to be on that little box when you take the photo. So maybe the box that's right here is not a good one because it'll focus on the door. You want that focus point to hit my face. So you don't want the most left one. You want the one that's kind of right here, and then just put me in that spot. So the focus box needs to hit me somewhere on my face. Normally you go for the eyes, but if you can't, go for the nose or go for the face somewhere here to get the photo. I don't know if it makes sense. We'll try and cover that. But you want that focus point to hit somebody. If the focus point was in the middle here, it would focus on the picture in the back, that back wall right there, and that would be in focus, and I would be blurry. Does that make sense? So you got to make sure you move that focus point around by clicking that top right button and then using the D-pad here and moving that focus point. Whenever you take a photo, you want the subject has to hit that box that's being lit. If that makes any sense. If you're not sure still, let me know. Don't just wander around thinking you know everything. Ask me questions so you don't get lost.